Okay, we are live. Alrighty. So this is Sebastian. Sebastian is he's a little anxious. He's very attached to his mommy, and ever since I've been making house calls with Sebastian, especially. So what we'll do is we'll bring this a little closer here. So now, Sebastian here looks like a Maltese, and I actually been calling him a Maltese, forever, ever since I known him. But his mommy corrected me and told me that the person that she got him from, I guess the breeder, uh, says that he's a Bichon. So I guess like maybe DNA wise, I don't know. Maybe like genetically he's a Bichon, but his hair and the way he looks is all Maltese to me. So his haircut is not as easy as a Bichon or a Catan, like Stewie that we did yesterday. He's a Catan. He has that cottony, hair that kind of stands. He has Maltese type of hair, very soft and wavy. It lays. So when I'm going through with the plastic comb guard, it really does not give me a good cut. So let me just show you here. First, I'll do this like that. Okay. Oh, there we go. So I comb up, and then we clip it down. I'll come over here behind the dog. There we go. So yeah, it still cuts. It's just it's not as easy, and it's gonna be a little more choppier than like a real Bichon coat. And I don't even want to say real because I guess he really is a Bichon, but his coat just just doesn't look like a Bichon. It really does look, and the hair behaves like Maltese hair. So I guess the way I would explain Sebastian here is almost like if I was born in Italy and I tell people I'm Italian, and people are like, but you look Asian, and I can tell them like, no, I'm an Italian citizen. I was born in Italy. Both my parents are Italian citizens. I'm Italian, and they'll be like, okay, you're Italian, but in their head they're gonna be like, that's an Asian dude, just very confused. So I mean, I'm not saying that's exactly it, but that's just kind of the way I look at Sebastian. He maybe he's a Bichon, but he looks like a Maltese. But anyways, comments coming in. I love comments. That's good. Ev. So I just find out that they're using one of your videos on a website called WikiHow. Whoa! Wow, that's pretty cool. Skyyard, that's weird for a Bichon, but yeah, you make sense. Yeah, right. He looks like a Maltese, but I'm not really big into labels. So there we go. Alrighty, so I'm still following the same lines that I showed you yesterday. We're just following the natural lay of the dog, the way the hair naturally lays. And that way, when the hair just, lays naturally, or when he's walking or, running, whatever he's doing, the hair literally seems like it's just floating and gliding, with the dog. And everything just seems to be, working in harmony. And it just looks like everything fits together nicely. And when you clip in the direction that the hair is supposed to lay anyways. Then even when shots, she was saying that, no, you know what? It was so long ago. I think it was Pamela Lauritsen that said this. But it was I'm pretty sure it's Pamela Lauritsen now that I think about it. But Pamela Lauritsen founded the ISCC, the International Society of Canine Cosmetologists. And I remember in her workshop, she was saying that the haircut is like choosing an outfit for the dog, right? So as groomers, we're almost like like fashion makeover, we're almost like a fashion designer or something for the dog. And so what we want to do is we want to create the best outfit for the dog to wear that will highlight all of its strong features, and hide any of the flaws. I really like that idea, that we're like kind of we're making an outfit for the dog, like we're helping them be fashionable. I kind of like that idea. Okay. Okay, so the reason why I'm lifting this leg up is so I can get under here. See that? Let's move a little closer. So I'm gonna go against the grain here. See, reverse, so it gets nice and tight and clean there. And we'll make a nice like angulation right there. See, same thing on this side here. I'm gonna go reverse just right here, just on that side. So we can get it nice and tight here, and it'll create a nice, that nice curve. Comb up, clip down. Oh yeah, now the underside here, right? The belly and the chest. I like to go, see, opposite. I like to go against the grain down here too. Because anytime you go against the grain, it's gonna give you a little shorter cut than if you were to go with the grain. So down here, I like to go against the grain. See that? So I get a nice clean cut there. And that way the hair down here is shorter than the hair up here, right? And so it's just gonna give him a nice clean look when he stands, and it's gonna be easier to kind of scissor in that angle. I think I saw, okay. Let's see, Steel Texas Gal, what's up, Steel Texas Gal? Maybe he was an oops baby, like mother's baby, father's baby. Exactly, we won't tell him that his mom might be shady. That's good. What clippers is that? Seems quiet. These are Wahl U-Clip Deluxe. Now, I don't want you to get envious or jealous of me because I use like such fancy tools. Not everybody can live like me. Not everybody can live like this. That's good. These are $36 on Amazon. $36. It's Hermit says, so you brush the fur up and shave it down? Yeah, I like to comb it up so it stands up and then I get a nice even cut down. Liz Vargas, does against the grain create same length? No, against the grain gets a shorter cut. So if I were to go with the grain here, it would cut it, about this. But if I went against the grain on my head, it would make it even shorter. I mean, even length. Yeah, as long as you use a nice steady stroke, you should be able to get an even cut all the way. Liz, if that's what you mean. Words are tricky sometimes, sometimes we think we're talking about the same thing, but we're not. But yeah, if you mean like when you go reverse all the way, oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Can you stand right there? Can you stand for me? Thank you. Okay, so right here, if you go against the grain all the way, see that? It should give you a nice even cut all the way. And then you can go back down as well. Liz Vargas says, yes, perfect. Eve F says, oh, the puppy is falling asleep. Yeah, right? He's relaxed. So, alrighty. And the thing is, he used to be like super just sweet and, and he still is. It's just, a couple years ago when I first started coming here, I was really shocked. I was kind of surprised. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on, But then I was thinking, okay, maybe because I've been gone for a couple years, maybe he doesn't really remember me or something, But that doesn't really make sense because we spent a lot of time together before I moved out. And every time I groomed him, you know, even after the groom, we'd spend time together and I would hang out with them, you know. So I was like, you know, it just doesn't make sense that he would forget me that fast. Um, but then every time I came, it almost got like worse and worse. He would just spark, and I was almost feeling like self-conscious. I was almost feeling like, oh no, you know, what if the owners think something bad of me? You know, what if they think that I'm mistreating him or something? You know, so I started to feel kind of scared and insecure a little bit. Like maybe it's something I'm doing, you know. But now I realize because every time his owners are gone, he's fine. He's fine. But then as soon as he hears them or sees them or something, it starts up again. Right? He's like, that's not how I do it. But anyways, yeah, it's just, so once I realized where this behavior is coming from, you know, he really just wants to be with his family, his mommy and, you know, his grandma. And he doesn't really want to be here, especially when he sees the option of being with them. Then this option does not seem so great when that option's there. So yeah, but now that I realize that that's where that's coming from, you know, it doesn't bother me at all. In fact, it kind of warms my heart that he loves them so much, you know? Okay, let's see, what does this one say? Hi, June and Fluffy Puppy. Hey, what's up, Dermig, Ira? Hey, wow, joining us for a second day. Wow. Maybe it's like, all right, we'll give him one more shot. We'll see if he can, you know, not be so boring and preachy this time. All right. Yeah, it says something when somebody comes back or invites you back, you know, it says something. It doesn't say everything, but it says something, you know, and a lot of times what it says is, let's give him one more shot. Oh, I'll kind of explain what I'm doing here. Oh, Bella, wow. I'm so happy that I found. Oh, Mary Royer says, you are our sensei. Wow, thank you. Mary says, we love you, June. Thank you. Dermig Ira says, oh, third. Wow. I've been watching all your videos for ages. I just didn't talk a lot. I could learn from you, Dermig. Shoot, I feel like maybe I talk too much. We love you, June. Thank you. Yep, you are a sensei. Bella says, I'm so happy that I found your channel. I'm currently studying to become a dog groomer. Oh, awesome. It's my dream job. Um, greetings from the Netherlands. Oh, they're from the Netherlands. Wow. And thanks for sharing your tips and work and tips. Oh, Dermig, Ira, no, talk a lot. That's what we're here for. Thank you so much. Okay. So right here on the chest, right? What I'm doing when I'm clipping is I'm clipping this way, right? Diagonally this way. And then I'm going diagonally this way, right? So it creates a nice triangle right there. And I'll show you. So first I'm gonna comb it up. Well, let's take this off. So first I'm gonna comb this up like that. All right. And then I'm gonna clip it down. But the way I clip it down, right, is I'm gonna go this way, see? Almost into the neck, right? Into the center of the chest here, into this breastbone that's right there, diagonal, all right? So nice diagonal cut to help highlight the natural angle of the dog, right? And we'll go under here. Now I'm not gonna clip the legs yet. I'm gonna do the legs a little longer to keep them looking balanced. Because if I did the legs with the same wig, if I went straight down the legs, he'll look like he's on chicken legs. It'll look like his legs are too skinny for his body. So we go a little shorter on the body, and then the legs we keep a little longer. So now this side here kind of laid down a little bit while we were clipping the other side. So we comb it back up, and then this way. See that? And don't worry if you're not getting too much hair. You know, we're really just trying to make sure all the hair is even and about the same length. But then we're gonna scissor everything. You know, and the scissors is really what makes that nice, smooth, you know, awesome looking finish, you know, where the dogs. One person told me that my dogs, the pictures of my dogs look airbrushed, like they're photoshopped, you know? And he was like, I know they're not because I've seen your work, you know, but he was like, they look airbrushed. And I just took that as such an awesome compliment because first of all, I don't know how to Photoshop anything. I wish I knew how to airbrush stuff to make them look better because I totally would. But I don't. I just don't know how to do it. And so, yeah, it's just. But if you take the proper steps, you know, and spend some time combing out all that dead, you know, brittle hair, that rough textured hair, and then once they're nice and smooth and combed out, you give them a nice bath. Use conditioner to soften their hairs again and make them strong. Then, well, make them silky and strong. Not so it feels soft, but you know. Anyways, and then when you do the haircut, literally just kind of, you know, this is when I'm having fun actually. You know, I really enjoy this part, the haircut, and I feel like this is the part where I'm just really being artistic, you know. But anyways, yeah, the haircut is pretty easy after you do all the proper steps leading up to the haircut. And then, even with just a little bit of scissor work, they look amazing and soft and silky. And then when I take a picture of them, or a lot of times I don't, like the last picture that I put up of Leo, that Klein, the Klein poodle that I put a picture up of on Facebook. That picture was actually sent to me by the owners, by my clients. So they took a picture of him and sent it to me. So it wasn't photoshopped or filtered or anything like that. I just put it up. But yeah, it's a really awesome compliment, I think, to me. It's, you know, when people are like, did you Photoshop that? You know, it's like, wow. Alrighty. Alrighty, so now we went over the whole body. Okay. Smooth this side out one more time here. Okay. And the reason why more is coming off now here is, I was making this, sorry about that. The raking leaves analogy that I gave yesterday, it would be awesome if all the leaves came up with the rake in one swipe. But unfortunately, that's just not how it works. And you just have to keep going over and over it, you know, sometimes to get those kind of stray leaves that didn't come up with that first or second or third swipe. So you just kind of go over it. There we go. So now, let's see here. You can still, it looks a little choppy, right? It looks a little clumpy and choppy. So what you do is you comb it like that. Boom. Choppiness, gone. Look at that. Well, a little bit still right there, but you see, you can just comb it out. And there we go. See that? Now that clumpiness and choppiness is not so noticeable once you comb it. Isn't that cool? So don't worry so much about the clipper lines, especially if you've already gone through and you did comb a lot of the dead hair out before the bath, if you've actually done a good job, then you don't have to worry about it. A good job never lies. So then, even if you're doing the clipper work and you're seeing these lines, you don't have to worry about it so much because it's not coming from all of this. Hold on. Do I have some here? Like this dead hair here that I combed out. If it was caused because this was still in there, then even if you combed it, it wouldn't look smooth. But as long as you've gotten this out and you actually put in the time, then even when you get clipper lines like that, like on this side here, literally all you have to do is just comb again and it goes away. See that? Just disappears. But this can't happen unless you've put in the work beforehand. If you didn't put in the work, then it doesn't matter how convincing you are. It doesn't matter what you say. It matters what you do. So, and I'm great proof of that. I always say the wrong thing at the wrong times. I remember one time, oh my God, it was so awkward. A client, she goes, oh, can you, massage? And she was like, my dog just got an exfoliation, a massage. She had a spa day. She was like, do you do humans too? Can I go next? And I was like, only if I get to squeeze your anal glands. Ooh, and it was a weird reaction. Like, and then very awkward. And I wanted to even apologize, like, I'm sorry I said that. But then I felt like that would make it even worse. So I just stayed quiet and we just kind of just stepped over that moment, that awkward moment. And she never mentioned it. I never mentioned it again. Oh man, so it's not really about what you say. You could say the dumbest things at the wrong time, at the worst times, and your clients will still be willing to forgive you and understand as long as you put in the honest work. Because they're not paying me to conversate with them, and they're not paying me to try to make them laugh or anything. They're paying me to do an honest job with their dogs, And just like dogs don't lie, neither does a good groom. So, let's see here. Alrighty. Josh Aaron, June sweats again. Exactly, I sweat every day, baby. But I feel so lucky that I finally found something worth sweating for. I used to sweat all the time when I was working as a stocker at the liquor store, when I was cleaning buildings at night, when I was working at my mom's grocery store, when I was working at my dad's mechanic shop, even when I was selling cars, I was sweating, whatever you do, it's going to require some sweat, right? But at least I found something worth sweating for, and something that even though I work really hard and I go home just, exhausted, I feel so fulfilled. I feel so satisfied, and I feel so good about myself at the end of the day, And I never have any problem sleeping. If anything, I have problems staying awake now, But yeah, when I used to work at the office, selling cars and stuff, I had trouble sleeping. I had trouble sleeping. I was stressed. Even after a long day's work, I didn't come home fulfilled. I didn't come home feeling great. And so I feel so lucky that I have something that I can sweat over, and I actually enjoy it, and it's meaningful to me. Corinne, bro, June, how are you today? I don't know. I guess maybe right here, like this little thing right there. I got a little pimple I'm getting over here. And I was Corinne's like, oh, I'm sorry I asked. Bella, may I ask how long did it take you to learn everything with grooming? I guess I've been grooming about 9 years now. 9 years, and I'm still learning. Corinne, bro. Alrighty. Corinne's probably like, that's the last time I'm asking him how he's doing. Okay, so now that we got the body done with this, right? This is a 1/2 inch, right? And because this is human comb guard numbers, it says number 4. See that? But actually, if you're using grooming comb guards, it would be a number 1. But it's a 1/2 inch. So now, I'm gonna use this one for the legs. So remember I said I'm gonna go a little bit longer with the legs? This one is 3/4 of an inch. So almost an inch, 3/4, but it's gonna give you that little bit of a, oh, can you stand, buddy? Let me just show them real quick. can you stand? Can you stand up just for a little bit? Just for a little bit, buddy? Sebastian, can you stand just for a little bit? I just want to show them real quick. Thank you. Oh, there you go, buddy. Thank you so much. Okay. So, okay. See how, there we go. So see how his body is a little shorter now. We clipped it down to about a half an inch. And see how his legs are a little longer? So this here is probably not even gonna take a lot off, maybe just the tips, right? So his legs are gonna be about, you know, how long it is now, just shaped a little bit, right? Now let's just imagine, you know, his legs were shorter than that, right? Like, look at that. We'll just do like that. See, like that, okay. So let's just say that that's his leg, right? So his leg looks like this, right? On that body. See how it looks like he's standing on twigs, like on chicken legs? So you want that length there to make it look like he has some substance, you know? Like he has sturdy legs to stand on. Okay, let me see. My husky is blasting so bad. I'm having to brush 2 times. Yeah, and if he wasn't doing that around this time of year, something would be wrong. Just like if we didn't see leaves turning color and falling off during the fall, we would say something's wrong with that tree, right? So just like that, like you can't control the seasons. You know, you can't really control your husky's shedding and when they're below coat. The only thing we can do is just kind of help manage it by brushing it like you are. But to resent the work would be just as silly as going out in the fall and cursing the sky, you know, because you have all these leaves to rake now. And why are all these trees looking dead, you know? Curse nature. And then in the summertime, you go out and curse the sky again because it's so hot and now you gotta mow the lawn all the time. And, you know, it seems like mowing the lawn once a week is just not enough during the summertime. You curse the sky. And it's like every season you got something else to curse nature for, you know? It's like rather than do that, just try to understand what's going on, you know? But then once we understand it, then we understand, my husky's supposed to blow coat this around this time. It's healthy, it's natural. Mary Royer, is that pet grooming clipper? They advertised it as one when I bought it online, but obviously looking at the comb guard numbers, it's human clippers, but hey, I guess they're interchangeable. Skyer, chicken legs, exactly. I almost did the chicken dance. I don't want to lose any subscribers over a chicken dance. Bella, do you own any dogs yourself? Yes, I have 3 dogs at home. And they're all mixes, they're all given to me. Corin, bro, I don't mind, I enjoy the bonding time with them. Perfect, and that's really what it's about. Okay. So, oh, mwah. Alrighty. Oh, Sebastian, you're so cute. Okay. Let me get some water here. Every day I go through about one of these liter bottles of Fiji. And one of my clients, I have to bathe her dog in her tub and they don't have a extension. So I use my empty Fiji water bottles with the bottle blaster cap and I use that as like a shower head and I wash the dogs with that. And one time I walked in, you know, with like 6 or 7 empty Fiji bottles and she was like, oh my God. And I was like, yeah, if Fiji ever runs out of water, it's my fault. Anyways. Alrighty. There we go. And kind of like how I mentioned yesterday, you don't want to press down hard when you're going through the legs, especially with plastic cone guards, because they move easily, so the leg can slip in there, and then you're gonna get a real short dip in that code. So rather than push it into the leg, you just want to glide it. See that? Just kind of skim. There we go. There we go. You see, we didn't really get a lot. But that's not the point. The point is not to see who can cut the most hair the fastest. You know, it's not a race to see, you know, if somebody can shave this dog down faster than someone else, you know? It's not about how fast or how much hair you can cut. It's just about knowing where to cut, why to cut, right? And then how you cut it really is up to you. I don't have to use these clippers. I can go through with thinning shears, you know, but I feel like it just saves a little time, you know? And then, for example, these back feet here, these back legs, I won't even go through with the clippers. I'll just go through with the scissors and just shape it up with scissors, just to show you that these clippers are not actually necessary, you know? Like, look, you get a little bit, you know, you get a little bit off the tips, but not much, right? Not much. So, since we're not really getting much off of this anyways, right? So I'm just gonna go through with the scissors and just scissor the shape in. Let's see. Okay, Skyart says, yes, chicken dance, please. Oh man, it'll totally ruin it because I have an amazing chicken dance. I mean, oh my goodness. Ava F, I'm in love with Sebastian. Looks like my multi. Oh yeah, right. Why am I? Why am I hugging his butthole? Anyways, let's see. Looks like my Maltese. Kim Marquis. I know. It's making me miss my Bella. Oh, Kim. Do you do metal comb fits? Do metal combs fit on that clipper? I don't think so because the way it clips here, see, it clips on the back. So you put it on through the front like that, and it clips to the back like that. So maybe they'll have some metal clippers that might slide on there, but because even his butt is cute. No, I was kidding. I'm sorry I did that. Let's see, but anyways, yeah, I personally like metal combs better because it does give you a nicer, cleaner, smoother cut. You don't have to do as much scissoring, but you know, the tools shouldn't make the groomer. You know, the groomer should be the one making the tools effective, you know? Alrighty. So, alrighty, should I use my Red Robin shears? Should I use these luxurious, priceless shears that I have? Or, you know what, maybe, I might. But for the curved cuts, sometimes it's easier just to use a curved shear to give you that nice curved cut, you know? But then again, you don't really need curved shears to make a curved cut. You could actually curve your shears. You can make a curved cut even using straight shears just by, you know, trimming and moving it. So, but it is easier, don't get me wrong, it is easier to make a curved, nice round cut using curved shears. But it's not impossible to do with straights. And also, it's not impossible to make a straight cut with curved shears either. You can make a straight cut too. You just kind of have to flip it, right? And just kind of make a few more snips, you know, and cut more with just one part of it. So it is possible to make straight cuts with curved shears. It's possible to make curved cuts with straight shears. But if you have the option, okay. So, since everybody likes the face, you know, or, you know, like how to do the face, everybody's asking about that. I'll start with that. All right. Okay, buddy. There you go. Thank you, Sebastian. Alrighty, so what I like to do is I like to start with the eyes. So, you know what? There we go. There we go. I'm usually standing in front of the dog. Oh, that's what I'll do. There we go. So now I can stand in front of him. You guys can still see what I'm doing. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go right here. Oh, can't see that. Okay, never mind. You know what? Let's do this. Let's put this here. All right. Is that gonna work? Okay. Okay, that might work. Okay. Oh, Kim says he's precious. He really is. Okay, that might work. Alrighty. So you can kind of see down. Okay, what a difference in how calm he is now. Yeah, right, Crystal? At first, I really couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure out why he was acting like that, you know? Like, when he used to be so awesome with me. And I realized it's because when he has the option to be with mommy over me, he always picks mommy, which hurts my feelings. No, I was kidding. I'm just kidding. So, I'm gonna come over here. Okay, we do that. And then, with my thinners here, I'm gonna lay it right here like that. Can't even see it. Okay. We'll try to figure out somehow. Okay, so, right here. Oh. Oops. Let me get some water. You know what would really help is if I had like an assistant or an apprentice or something following me around, doing all this for me. How precious. And my wife and I actually talked about it. And first we're gonna have to, because we're getting to the point now where it's almost ridiculous, you know? So we're talking about getting in touch with all our clients and seeing who would be uncomfortable with me bringing somebody in with me to help assist. And you know, if that way we kind of get an idea of how many clients of ours would be on board with it or not. And then once we get the green light from our clients, then we'll go ahead and put it out that we're looking for a possible apprentice. So, and we would pay. We were thinking maybe minimum wage, you know, because it's not like we can really pay a whole lot either right now, realistically. But, you know, we would be paying minimum wage. And the way we look at it is we're paying them to help us, of course. But I'm also going to be teaching them a valuable skill that they can take with them. And also, let's just be honest, if I am going to start a school here in Atlanta when I'm in my 40s, you know, which is only 3 years away, and I'll be 40. But yeah, within the next 5 to 10 years, I am hoping to start my own grooming like academy, something small, nothing big, you know, maybe just 4 or 5 students at a time. But if I do that, then I won't be able to continue serving my clients anymore because I'm now teaching students. So whoever I take on as an apprentice, I would be grooming them, so to speak. I would be grooming them to take over my spot here in Atlanta as, you know, house call groomer. And because they would be coming in with me and I'd be introducing them to my clients and I'd be teaching them how I do everything, you know, it'll be a smooth transition in about 5, 6 years from now, where they could take over my client list and take over my business and I can go ahead and start a school. So that's kind of what we're talking about now. Let's see. Oh, Dermig Ira says, ooh, I'd volunteer. Awesome. Kim Marquez says, me too, but I'm in Arizona. Yeah. Crystal LaCroix says, I wish I lived close. Oh, wow. Asherina Mercado says, life begins at 40. Awesome. Skyar says, wish I could fly to Atlanta and be your assistant. Oh, Dermig Ira says, it's such an awesome idea. Oh, great. Kim Marquez says, it is awesome. Look at him, zenned out. But yeah, that's kind of what we're talking about right now. So, but you know, I'm not one to force things or try to rush things anymore. I'm just enjoying what I have, and you know, grateful for what I have now. So, I'm not gonna force anything. And we were even thinking about maybe doing like free workshops at local libraries. I, I actually don't have time to, but we're gonna try to. We're thinking about maybe doing a price increase as well. So if we go up on price, I know that some of our clients may drop off, but rather than fill their spots with the new people, we'll just leave their spots empty. That'll give me an extra day or so, out of a month to maybe do a workshop at a local library for free, right? And so that's kind of what we're thinking about. Maybe in September, we'll raise our prices and then see who stays on, see who drops out. And then if we lose like half of our clientele, then obviously we're gonna have to call some people on the waiting list and, fill up some of those spots. But if we lose maybe 4 or 5 of our clients, it really wouldn't be that big of that big of a deal for me. I mean, I would miss them, of course. I would miss their dogs, but for me, I would look at that as an opportunity to start really educating. Start really focusing on the education part and start and contact the local libraries. See if I can set up a day where I can do a free workshop for pet owners. Things like that. So first, just to get the experience, pay my dues. I want to do lots of free workshops, for just pet owners, libraries, wherever. And then, if I'm any good, then people will trust me enough to, pay tuition and, maybe learn from me for a few months, like 6 months or so. But then, like, I just feel like there wouldn't be really a reason to pay and learn from me if I didn't prove that it's worth it. If I didn't already, go out there and show people that, that it would be worth, spending some of your hard-earned money to learn from me. But until I've proven myself, I feel like I would feel very uncomfortable charging for a workshop or anything. So my plan is to do it for free at local libraries, maybe even record it or stream it live on YouTube, just kind of share it everywhere. And then hopefully, if I'm any good at it, then people will then say, hey, I'd like to learn from you. And then I can say, okay, well, I'm gonna need about 6 months commitment from you, and I'm gonna need you to take it really serious, and then we can talk about price and things like that. Let's see, what is this? Such a awesome idea. Skyar says, and no way you look 30. I'm 37, actually. Kim Markey, you have such an awesome outlook on life. I admire that. You're such an inspiration to us all. Wow, thank you, Kim. Dermot, Skyart, right? There's no way June looks like early 30s. Whoa, if even that. I could be his mom. Vicky Hamilton, will you continue your YouTube videos? I've learned so much. Yeah, of course I would. That's the thing. It's like if I do like workshops at libraries for free, then I would probably stream it on YouTube as well. Skyart, Dermig, exactly. I don't even see one wrinkle. Oh, I got plenty. Kim Markey, so sweet, free. I know, I'm jelly, huh? I would pay in a heartbeat. Whoa, Kim Markey, wow. You can make your check out to cash and send it to no, I was kidding. Skyart, share your secrets, dude. Yeah, I really don't have secrets, I don't think. Dermig, Ira, yes, we need nice skin too. Skin Markey, you teach way more than just grooming dogs. Wow, thank you. Alrighty, so before I spend too much time on the comments here, there we go. So now that we have his the inside of his eyes cleaned up, see, you can let them see Sebastian. All right, I'll just. Okay, so now that we have it cleaned up, see that? You can see his eyes, nice and sweet. So now we're gonna do his visor. So we comb the hair forward. All right, and now, just to show you the example that you can make a curved cut with straight shears, I'm gonna use my Red Robin shears. And so then you lay it flat. So here's a good trip. So you can lay it flat against the nose and then lift it up just a little. See that? That. So it's 45-degree angle, right? So 45-degree angle, and you go like that. So see, I made a curve by just making smaller snips and rounding the scissors, curving the scissors, making the curve with the scissors. Same thing on this side. See that? So you can make the curved line, oh, there you go, with the straight shears. And then you can go back the other way. See that? And then you can go back the other way this way too. I'm just gonna use the screen. No, I'm not gonna. It kind of throws me off. I was just gonna use the screen, but there we go. Perfect. And then you can comb it back. All right. You know what? I'll do it like this. So look how that looks, right? So there's a little bit of a cut line right there, but it's okay because we have our thinning shears we can fix that with. So now we're gonna, Corinne, catch you later, June. Walkie's time. Awesome. Have a great walk, Corinne. Vicky, I love his sense of humor and outlook on life, not to mention his knowledge of his craft. Wow, thank you, Vicky Hamilton. Ari Guitari, what's up? I am late. Ari, you didn't miss anything. Probably just one of the most, I will use that joke again. All right. Kim Marquis, me too, Vicky. Welcome, Ari. I was late too. We're taking attendance, by the way, and being late like this, unacceptable. No, it's good. Ari Guitari, I'm grooming a golden doodle right now and decided to see if June was live. Wow. So handsome. He looks great. Yeah, and the thing is, I was telling my wife, like, maybe I won't go live so much because, I've been going live past few days. Like, I feel like I'm oversharing. I feel like I'm talking too much. I don't want to annoy people, but, hey, if you guys like it, if the people want it, the people get. No. All right. I'm not a comedian. Stop making jokes. All right. There we go. So. There we go. We're just gonna clean up right here under the chin. And I like to cut in like little diagonal lines to kind of create those little curves, make a nice little curved round muzzle. So we do that. And then kind of clean that up there like that. There we go. I'm using the screen. Nice. Use the screen, baby. There we go. And then right here, you see that? There we go. Oh man, using just the screen is kind of tricky there. Okay. Okay. Kim Marquis, so handsome. He looks great. Yeah, right? Oh my goodness. Kim Marquis, oh, I love it. Ari Guitari, no, don't stop going live. We'd love to interact with you and listening to your philosophy. Thank you. Ari Guitari, grooming 101. Awesome. Actually, this might be like the prerequisite, high school level. Kim Marquis, gosh, he's so fast. I'm scared I'll cut my baby's loose skin. Oh yeah. I mean, that's why I say if I'm gonna teach anyone, I'm probably gonna need at least 6 months because I feel like that is about as long as it takes to finally, the information really sink in, and also to have that confidence where you can just go and snip around the dog. Skyard, dad jokes 101 too. Oh, LOL. Crystal LaCroix. Yeah, Jen, you need to stop making live videos. I get sucked in every. Awesome. June, I'm sacrificing my sleep for you. Oh my goodness, thank you, Skyart. Oh, seriously, Skyart. I really, whenever I read your comments, I just feel like, am I really deserving of this kind of praise? You know, I just want to put this out there, Skyart. If I do anything to disappoint you, please give me a chance to explain and apologize, because I know I'm going to one day, and I don't know. I really don't want to disappoint you, Skyart. Vicky Hamilton, keep doing the lives. Chant, we want lives. Kim Markey, wow, I love to do that. You won't have any trouble getting people to join. Jeremy, please don't stop. Okay, thank you. All right. So we're just gonna go and round this out, right? Make it soft and fluffy. This side as well. So whatever you do to one side, you wanna match it and balance it out on the other side, right? Now, I'm not very good at the maths, you know. The maths and the sciences kind of confuse me, but I hear the way math works is when you do one, you know, whatever you do on one side of the equation, you have to do on the other side of the equation. I think, I could be totally wrong, again, because I'm not good at the maths. So, but yeah, oh, it's kind of the same idea. You want to keep everything balanced. Balance and symmetry, that is the mantra of the groomer. Balance and symmetry. Okay, so now we do the other ear. Okay, so now, look at his, look at that beautiful head, right? A little nice and round. Oh, I see a little bit of a sticky outie there. Oh. 1 second. Okay, he's moving too much. So I can just hold him right here. You see that sticky outie? Oh, there we go. See, if I want him to turn this way, I could just put pressure here on this side, and then he moves that way. See? Okay. See that sticky outie right there? How many people saw that? Taking quiz. No, it's quiz time. Okay. There we go. So now that head looks nice and round and soft and smooth. Okay. Skyart, if you do, just let me pinch you and all is good. Kimarki, oh, I just noticed you're left-handed. Oh no, I'm actually right-handed. Yeah, I'm actually right-handed. Maybe because the camera is flipped, but. Okay, so now let's do the legs and feet, and we are done. So, okay. There we go. So what I'm gonna do is start combing down here, and if you want him to stand, you just kind of put pressure on the bottom here. See that? And then he lifts up. So if you want him to sit, you just put pressure here on the top, right? And then he sits. And then he sits. And then if you want him to stand, you just put a little pressure on the bottom here, right? There we go. And then he stands. So knowing kind of how dogs work, if you want them to turn this way, you put your hand this way, right? And then they'll look that way. And then if you actually want to work on this side, then you put your hand on this side, and then they'll give you this side, you know? So, you know, just working with the dog. But before I realized that what was going on, seriously, we would play tango. You know? Alrighty. So, Kimaki, he's such a sweet boy. I love him. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. You're talking about me? I'm such. No, it's good. That's called desperation. When you take compliments from a dog, that is called desperation. Okay. You know what? just to show you that it is easier with the curved shears. Um, See that? So rather than trying to round it with the straight shears, which you can, it's just easier to just make one snip, you know, rather than two or three. Just make one and get that same kind of curved line. It's just, it just makes life a little easier. But every once in a while, when I find myself relying too much on the curved shears, I'll put them away and I'll actually work only with my straight shears. And I'll do the entire groom with the straight shears just to keep myself, on my toes, I guess, just to keep myself, the skills fresh. So that if it ever came down to it and I dropped my curved shears or dogs, like something happened, I can't use it anymore, which totally can happen. A dog can accidentally kick it off the table. Then I don't want to put myself in a spot where I can't finish the groom because I don't have the right tool. I want to be able to finish the groom no matter what. And one time, I remember at the vet clinic I was working at, there's a huge storm that came in, knocked the power out, and I had about like half the dog shaved down, the front half. And I think she was getting a lion cut anyways. But anyways, I had the front half shaved down. And after the power went out, they're like, time to go. And I was like, I can't, I gotta finish this groom. I shaved half the dog. And the groomer there, she was like, you can stay if you want, but I'm out of here, And she was like, you don't have to do that, especially if the power went out. And I was like, okay. And then I was there by myself for probably a few hours. It took me, because I was very new. I didn't have scissor skills. I didn't really know how to hold the scissors properly. I still didn't until a couple years ago. But anyways, I got the dog done, scissored the dog, all scissor work. And it didn't look great, but it did look presentable, It didn't look like, half the dog was shaved and the other half was just left. It did look like, it was a complete job. And I was so proud of myself. Not only was I proud of myself, but I really felt like, oh my goodness, I can scissor anything, So that's kind of where it started, my fascination with scissoring. And I realized that anything like that could happen, power going out, your clippers falling and breaking, your scissors breaking, So for me, I just feel like I feel more empowered knowing that no matter what happens, I still can, give the client a great service, even if the power goes out. And then if worse comes to worse, I'll just chew the hair off, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Alrighty, so that foot is done, see? I'll just kind of, see that? I'll move the tail out the way. See, so we got a nice little shaped leg there, nice rounded feet. And then we'll do that with the front leg. Any comments coming in? Oh, wow. Vicky Hamilton, good tip about moving dog parts. Oh, yes, exactly. So again, you don't want to control the dog by force. You want to control the dog by understanding. Ari Gatari, what kind of thinners do you use? Oh, so these I actually bought at an AKC show down in Morrow, Georgia. But when I was looking on Amazon, I actually found one that looks exactly like this. And I think it's actually the same brand. So I put the affiliate link on my live stream yesterday. But it's, I think $17 on Amazon or something like that. But yes, yeah, it doesn't have a name brand on it. Asherina Mercado. Good night, June. It's already 2 a.m. here in the Philippines. Wow, Philippines! We always learn so much from you. Thank you, and please stop. Oh, and please don't stop streaming. Oh, thank you so much. God bless. God bless you, Asherina. Kim Marquis. Okay. So, let's go ahead and get this done. Sebastian here has been such a patient boy. Okay, so I'm gonna lift this up a little bit. Clean up the underside. Let it down. and then I'm gonna, see if you can see it, there we go. So I'm gonna lift up the other leg to keep this one down. Just go around it, just trace that foot. There we go. Okay. Oops, sorry about that. Okay. Sorry, I really should be wearing my mask, but it's just, man, when I put the mask on, it's just like, oh, it just feels so hard to breathe. But then again, once the hair starts flying in my throat, then it's even worse, even harder to breathe. So, all right, so we'll put the mask on. Okay. Wow, great price. June, Sky. Oh, about the thinners, yeah. Skyer, June, why do you not comb or fluff the dog constantly during the scissoring? Is it not necessary? Yeah, I mean, for me, I feel like it's not really necessary. I mean, I do to try to get a nice cut, but a lot of times, if you've already like combed the dog out thoroughly before the bath, you know, there's really not a lot that you have to comb. And it's already laying nicely because we combed it that direction. When I washed it, I sprayed the water in the direction that the coat lays. When I dry him, I use the air to blow dry the hair in the direction it's supposed to lay. So everything I do, every step of the way, I'm working with the end goal in mind, right? And so I'm combing in those angles, washing in those angles, drying in those angles. So when it finally comes time to do the haircut, the hair is already laying the way it should lay nicely, right? And so then, even if I don't fluff and comb obsessively, it still lays nicely and looks nice. Then with the thinners, I just clean it up real quick. So, like every step builds up, like sets you up for the next step. So if I don't do a good comb out before the bath, then the bath is actually gonna take a little longer. It's not gonna look as nice. If I don't do a good bath and dry, then the haircut is gonna take a little longer and it's not gonna look as nice. You know, so every step is preparing you for the next step. And every step of the way, you wanna keep that end goal in mind. You know, you wanna keep that vision of how you want it to look, you know, when you're done, and keep working towards that end goal. Sky art. That's what I was taught too, to trim and then back brush, repeat 3 times, which seems like a lot of work. Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, if you don't do all of the combing and the prep work that I do, then yeah, you probably almost need to back brush 3 times, you know, and get that clip just so it'll look right, right? But if you, what do they call that? Front load, you know, you put most of the work and the labor up front, then, you know, all throughout the rest of the groom, you know, it's just a lot easier. You get better results, nicer, smoother finish. But again, you know, I'm not out to change people, especially other people's grooming salons. You know, if somebody told me, hey, June, you know, I have my own salon, you know, we're in business for a while, but then, you know, I saw your videos and I saw the way you groom and we totally changed everything. And, you know, we took longer, every groom took longer, we took more time, and now I'm out of business and I'm severely in debt. If I got an email like that, I would feel terrible. I would feel horrible because I know what that's like. I know how terrifying that is. I know how scary it is to go through something like that, especially with young children. So I'm not out to change anyone or convince anyone or anything like that. If you have a good salon and you're making money, you're paying your bills, by all means, you know, I used to be very judgmental before I lost my shop. I was like, oh, groomers shouldn't do this or groomers shouldn't do that or they should do this or they shouldn't do, And I was like, oh, why do they do that? And why don't they take more time? And it's because they're taking care of their families. It's because they're surviving. And I can't fault them for that. It's because they don't want to go out of business like I did. So, alrighty. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Now let's do the other back leg. Okay. Skyar says, Crystal, exactly, same here, but my teacher taught us to repeat for around 10 times. Wow, 10 times. Crystal LaCroix, that's why I thought too, June. I was also taught if the water can penetrate the skin, then get them into the tub and brush them after the bath. Your way makes more sense for the benefit of the dogs. Yeah, I mean, it just makes more sense for me. I feel like it's kind of like dirty clothes, dirty underwear. It would make more sense for me to take off my dirty underwear before my shower. But I guess taking my dirty underwear off after the shower is better than not taking it off and just keeping it on, drying it, and then putting a new outfit on. So in that analogy, I guess, it's better than not brushing. Brushing after the bath is better than not brushing. But I feel like brushing before the bath, it just makes more sense and it gives me better results. I've tried both. And then, I'm about results because my clients pay me for the results, not the reasons. So yeah, if I try one way, like not brushing and just washing to save time, it actually doesn't save time because I take more time after the bath, just try to get the same results and it doesn't work out. So for me, I just, Ari Guittari, I have to say, changing just a few things like brushing the dog before the bath has made the quality of my grooms better. Thank you. Thank you so much. The coat seems more fluffy. Yes, not only does it more fluffy, but it's silkier. Like when I run my fingers through, literally feels like rabbit fur, so they just soft, I don't have that brittle feeling, that grittiness. Okay, so Sebastian is laying down and he has been such a good sport that I'm just gonna allow him to lay down if he wants to. I'm not gonna ask him to stand up. And he's such a sweetie that he probably would stand up if I asked him to. But, he's been so good. I wanna give him a little bit of a reward as well. Just let him lay here. So, right, Sebastian? Okay. So, I'll use my straights for this one, just as an example. See that? So I have to make a little bit shorter snips, shorter, like smaller cuts to get the curve effect, but still, it's very possible. Let me put my mask back on. Tail does not need any trimming. Look at this. It really doesn't need any trimming. It's nice and silky. Look at that. Okay. Alrighty, now unfortunately, to make this cut here the right angle, I kind of need him standing so I can see it, but I've done it enough to where I can kind of just eye it even though he's laying down. So now I'll put my hand down here so he stands up. There you go. Stand up. Thank you, buddy. Okay, not bad. There we go. All right, and then we'll go through here. Can you see that? Oops. All right. Let's clean up that little tuck up there. So now we just have the front leg, and we're done. Michelle O retracted a message. Michelle O, fine. Take back your. I was kidding. Oh, there is another one. Hi, June. I'm late to the party, but thanks for this. All Bijan tips, welcome. Nice. Alrighty. Kim Markey, I think Sebastian loves June. Oh, that's what I think too, until his family shows up. I'm like, oh my God, he loves me so much. You know, oh my goodness, it's so special, you know, it's just a special bond. And the way he looks at me while I'm grooming him. And then his mom shows up, and then all of a sudden I'm chopped liver. Oh man. Skyer, Kim, I agree. He keeps looking at June with so much love. Yeah, right? The way he looks at me, I love it. It looks like just so like, oh, thank you. You know, that kind of look, you know? There's love in his eyes. But then he hears his mom come, and then all of a sudden, you know, right? Yeah, so I mean, sometimes I'm just like, really? Come on. I thought we had something going here, you know? Okay. Alrighty. Actually, it looks like there's not a lot to trim here on the front. Oh, sorry about that. You just have my, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. See that? So it is very possible to make curved cuts, curved lines with your straight shears, as you can see here. See, it's round, it's rounded, but I did it with the straight shears by making smaller cuts and rounding the scissors as I cut. See that? And this one I did with the straight shears. Not that much of a difference. See that? So don't get caught up. Oh, can I change the camera? There we go. Don't get caught up so much on the tools and which tools you're using, what brand it is, you know, all of that stuff. I am so not brand loyal, you know. And I remember one time I emailed Kenchi, and I was like, you know, could you guys please, you know, send me a pair of shears that I could use? I was broke at the time, and I was like, I promise I'll put your name out there. I'll advertise for you for free. You know, I'll really push your products. You know, I was like, you know, I just really need a pair of shears. Ignored me. Totally ignored me. I never got a response back. And then, but anyways, who needs Kenchi, right? These here, these Red Robins, a dog, oh my God, look at this. The other day, a dog kicked these shears off the table, right? And not only did he kick them off the table, but accidentally stepped on them while they're on the ground. And they still cut, they still work. You know, shoot, they don't make them like this. Who needs Kenchi? You know, all you need is a Red Robin shears. Anyways. Michelle, what kind of dogs do you have at home, June? I have 3 mixes at home. And they were all given to me for free. Bella, will you go live again another day? Kim, just like kids. Yeah. Yeah, so, you know, I don't really have a plan or anything with this. I'm just kind of going live, you know, as inspiration hits. But yeah, I mean, you know, for me, I don't mind sharing and going live. I love this. I've never felt so just welcome. You know, I never felt so accepted. before my life, I've always been the outcast. I was the kid that other kids laughed at, and the conversation would stop when I walked into the room, you know. And everybody would go and hang out and have fun somewhere, and then I would hear about it later. You know, it's like, why wasn't I invited? You know, that's who I am. That's who I was. I grew up my whole life like that, the outcast, the one people talk about behind my back. They couldn't do it to my face because I also had a temper. um, so but now I just to have something like this, that people actually care about me and they actually want to see more of me and stuff. It's amazing to me. So, anyways, Dermot, we love it too. Also, Ari Guitari. Wow, June, that groom is on point. Beautiful. Wow, thank you. Right, nice and tidy. Yes, look at that. So usually what I would do is just go through with the thinners and just kind of smooth out some of these, you know, sticky outies, like right here. You'll see that, you know. Let's see if I can get a good angle at it. There we go. See that? So we tighten that up a little bit. Like that. Tighten that up. Oh, he's so relaxed. He can go night-night. Yeah, they usually do after the groom. And we actually recommend it because just like when we get a spa or a massage or anything like that, when I got a massage, they kept telling me plenty of water, plenty of rest. Make sure you get plenty of rest today, drink plenty of fluids. Same thing with our dogs. Because I massaged him in the bath, before the bath even, I exfoliated his skin, you know, by combing all of that stuff out. So because he basically had a spa day today, he's gonna feel super relaxed and comfortable, but we wanna make sure he gets plenty of water, plenty of rest, so we can flush out those toxins and he won't feel so sore tomorrow. And also, just a little tip here. So this is a Coat King. Well, it's called an undercoat rake, but the original company that made it is called Mars, and they called it the Coat King, Mars Coat King. So that's where it got that name. But it's the undercoat rake, and look right here. See how it looks really kind of choppy still, even though we combed it? So you go through with this undercoat rake, right? And then you comb this area out with the undercoat rake. I see that? And it's not gonna take much because we already combed out a lot of it. But it's gonna comb out just enough, right? To just kind of smooth all of that out. And so now, you can't even see it, but now it's more smooth. So, I've never seen a Bichon with such straight hair. Yeah, exactly. And so, Michelle, in the beginning of this video, I was explaining how, you know, even though he doesn't look like a Bichon, you know, the breeders say that he is a Bichon, you know. And so I was saying maybe it's kind of like if I was born in Italy, right? And I tell everybody I'm Italian, and I'm like, no, both my parents are Italian citizens. I'm an Italian citizen. I'm Italian, and maybe I even speak with the Italian accent, you know. And people will look at me like, okay, you know, you're Italian, you know, but you really look Asian. It's like, maybe it's like that, you know, or maybe somebody else said maybe it was like a oops, you know, maybe the mom. Okay, there we go. They're saying maybe the mom kind of messed around with the Maltese. So yeah, she didn't. Sebastian, if you're listening, she did it. Your mommy is a really respectable lady. Actually, she may have did it with the Maltese. Anyways, Dermot Ira, a lot of the best artists start off as outcasts. Oh wow, I didn't know that. Maybe that's what gives us the ability to drive, to invest so much into things we love to do. Maybe. Michelle, oh, so he got his Bijan passport. Yes. Oh my goodness. So you're done, buddy? Oh, you know what? Oh my goodness, I'm glad I saw that. Look at that. See that sticky outie right there? So what we're gonna do before I let him down is just right here. You're okay. There we go. Now, Now it's gone. See that? Okay, I'm glad I saw that. There we go. Alrighty. Vicky Hamilton says, I bought a pair of thinners, but I'm not sure when or how to use them. Are they for a specific purpose or use? Yeah, so the thinners is really, I use it like erasers almost. So like, let's just say right here, there's a cut or a cut line here that I didn't like. Then, oh, whoops. Oh my goodness. Okay. So let's say like right here, see that? So thinners, and see, they're there to kind of help smooth everything out, round it. So you can still cut and trim without making sharp scissor lines. So that's what thinners are for. Kim Marquis, now that's a cool tool. Yeah, right? I love this, the undercoat rake. Alrighty. Dermig says, ha ha ha. Dermig, I don't appreciate you laughing at me. No, I was kidding. I'm just kidding. Anyways, so that's it. Before I say anything else that might turn people off, go ahead and end this. Look at that. Beautiful, Sebastian. Look at that. Yes, yes, work it, work it. No, I was kidding. Alrighty. Dermig, only with you. Skyar, chicken dance. Oh, should I do the chicken dance? I can't. I'll save the chicken dance for another time because, oh man, once you see my chicken dance, you will never be able to appreciate another chicken dance for the rest of your life. All right. Michelle O, thanks, June. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you. Michelle O, I won't lie. When I read your name and your comments, I like to pretend myself you're Michelle Obama. No, just kidding. Anyways, let's see here. Dermig, yes, chicken dance. Skyar says, please. Oh my goodness. Grew. Yeah, okay. Oh, man, should I really do the chicken dance? All right, I'm gonna do the chicken dance one time, and then I'm gonna have to go. Dermig, let's pledge for. All right, so here's my chicken dance. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm gonna do this. Okay, thanks. Close, I'm Michelle O'Brien. Oh wow, the British version, nice. Okay, so, oh man, am I really gonna do this? Sebastian. All right, check this out. I don't know if Sebastian's gonna look at me the same after this. He might not. All right, so we gotta get down low first. All right, it's all on the legs. You know what I'm saying? It's all on the legs, and you want the chicken, the spirit of the chicken, to come up from your legs up into your body, right? And then you, like that. Anyways, Skyar, yes, definitely. I had to stop watching Audacia. All right, so one more time. You gotta get down low, right? And let the spirit of the chicken come through you, right? And so you, anyways, alrighty. Whew, took a lot out of me. When the spirit of the chicken takes over you, when it leaves, it just wipes you out. Anyways, alrighty. Oh, glad you guys like that. Dermig rolling on the floor laughing. You're the best. Thank you. Now that I made a complete fool of myself. Alrighty. I'm gonna get him down and go cry in the corner. Oh man.